Welcome to The Explainer. We're literally living right in the middle of an intelligence revolution. And honestly, it is moving at breathtaking speed. It feels like every single week there's a new AI tool or some smarter digital assistant that is just fundamentally changing how we work, learn, and create. So today we're going to break down the absolutely critical emerging trends that you need to know to stay ahead of the curve. Let's get into it.
Now, if you've been feeling a little overwhelmed lately, believe me, you are not alone. Is artificial intelligence moving way too fast to keep up? It's a completely fair question when the whole landscape seems to shift practically overnight. But think of today's explainer as your personal guide to decoding all these trends. We want you to be able to leverage this crazy pace to your absolute advantage instead of just being intimidated by it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Trend number 1, AI gets personal. We're talking about your new digital assistant.
We're seeing a massive shift right now. AI, it's no longer just a passive search engine waiting for a query. It's actually becoming a proactive partner. It is stepping up to help you draft your writing, map out really complex planning, accelerate how you learn entirely new subjects, and just generally boost your everyday productivity. Because it actually anticipates context and, remembers your previous interactions, it essentially acts as a totally integrated extension of your own workflow. It's like having a chief of staff right in your pocket.
Moving right along to trend number 2, transforming media and education. This is all about empowering creators and students. Just consider the totally stark contrast in video creation today. Traditional production, that requires massive budgets, super expensive teams, and weeks, if not months of time. But these rapid, almost unbelievable improvements in AI video generation now let you turn a simple text prompt into a highly realistic video in literally minutes. It is completely leveling the playing field. It gives independent creators, filmmakers, and even small advertisers the exact kind of power that used to cost an absolute fortune.
And inside the classroom, this technology is just incredibly practical. You've got students using it right now to instantly break down really difficult concepts, summarize those super dense lessons, generate their very own practice quizzes, and actually refine their writing skills. It is making personalized, high-quality tutoring universally accessible for the first time ever. And that is fundamentally changing the entire dynamic between self-study and structured education.
And that leads perfectly into this core idea. Rather than replacing learning, AI is becoming a powerful study companion. Honestly, this is the absolutely crucial takeaway here. It isn't just some shortcut to avoid doing the hard work. Actually, scratch that. It's more like an amplifier that deepens your whole educational experience. Because think about it, it allows a student to ask infinite questions with zero hesitation, zero embarrassment, creating a highly customized learning environment that moves at their exact pace.
Now let's zoom out a bit for trend 3, the business AI advantage. Here, we're talking about scaling efficiency. At the corporate level, those traditional, stubborn business constraints, they are essentially disappearing. Think about repetitive manual tasks. Those are rapidly becoming seamlessly automated workflows. Those annoyingly slow customer service wait times are being replaced by instant and, frankly, highly capable AI support. High overhead is shrinking across the board, and the soul-crushing manual sorting of massive databases, that's transforming into instant, actionable insights. Automating all this heavy lifting translates directly into a massive competitive edge, mainly because it finally frees up human workers to focus entirely on high-level strategy and real creativity.
But, okay, seeing this level of deep integration across media, education, and big business, it naturally leads us to a pretty massive macro-level question. With all of this unprecedented power, how do we actually manage the risks?
Which brings us to Section 4. Shaping a safe future through responsible development.
On a global scale, tech companies and governments are currently engaged in a pretty massive collaborative balancing act. You see, the goal here is to foster all this rapid, super exciting innovation, right? But at the exact same time, firmly establish the guardrails needed to reduce potential risks. So, from ensuring data privacy to demanding algorithmic transparency, responsible development is exactly what will ultimately shape a safe, sustainable future for this technology.
Finally, let's bring it back down to the individual level with Section 5, what it means for you and preparing for tomorrow.
Here's the truth. Adaptation is just no longer optional. Whether you are a student, a hustling freelancer, an entrepreneur, or a content creator, AI is this incredibly accessible toolkit that is just waiting to be utilized as a universal multiplier for your skills. It isn't just about doing your old tasks faster. It's really about expanding your capabilities entirely. Learning to use and eventually master these models is very quickly becoming the absolute baseline for success in almost any modern profession.
Just consider this thought for a second. The people who understand these tools today may be better prepared for the opportunities of tomorrow. AI isn't some far-off futuristic anxiety to worry about. It is very much a present-day reality. By mastering these tools right now, today, you are directly investing in your own future readiness. You're ensuring you aren't left behind as this whole landscape continues to rapidly evolve.
So here is the big question to leave you with. The tools are here today. How will you use them for tomorrow? I really hope this deep dive into the AI landscape has equipped you to jump in and start building your own future. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in our next Explainer.